Well, let's kick this off, Sam, and talk about your experience in Kona this year, 2015. Another hot one, pretty windy at some stages. Talk to me here.
It was really windy. We had like a little bit of everything. It was hot, humid, windy. It rained in Javi. Yeah,
And
everything.
and you survived it okay? Tell me about your day.
I mean, it's the slowest Ironman I've ever done. I've I've never gone over 11 hours in an Ironman. I've never biked over 6 hours in an Ironman, and I've never finished in the dark in an Ironman. But I'm in Hawaii, so I can't really complain.
No complaints at all. Okay, let's walk me through your race day. What did you do in the morning? What was your pre-race meal, and what time did you wake up?
We got up at 3. I had what did I have? Oatmeal.
Okay.
Yeah. And
How many
then
calories are you trying to digest before the gun goes off?
I don't know. I don't actually count.
Come on.
Eat.
Just eat, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we left here about 3. There were 5 of us in here, and only one other girl was racing too. So Flick Flick came down with us, see if we needed anything, and then yeah, Lisa went down later, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. So we went down at like 4:30 because we wanted to leave one car down at the start. So we're past the run turnaround right now. So we're just like a half mile past that little church. Yeah. And then it's a long process to get checked in there.
How was
Line.
this year different than any of the previous years you've been here as an athlete or spectator?
It wasn't any different in the morning because I knew from last time in 2013 that it's just a long process to get body marked and like through all the lines and into transition. It takes longer than normal. This was my first time with like the split men and women
Hmm.
swim.
Yes. And did you
Which
like that?
yeah, I liked it a lot better than last time. I was fighting for my life last time, it felt like. This time it was like a normal Ironman swim where you're still like crowded but not getting beaten up.
Hmm. Hmm. So did you have your game face on for this race? Because a lot of people feel this is their celebration race, but there is that top 10% that are racing the event.
Yeah, I mean, I worked hard to be here and I trained hard, but I try to relax a little bit. I race better when I'm like not stressed out, and I actually didn't even like feel like it was happening. Like that morning, I was like, I can't believe we're doing an Ironman today. Uh, so
How was the week leading up to it? Was it a celebration week? Was a lot of seeing familiar faces? Were you able to relax?
yeah, I mean, it was really hot here, so I'd try to get stuff done and then just like stay here all afternoon because it was humid.
Swim. Tell me about the swim. How did it go? What was it like in the water? Did it go according to plan?
I swam like about 5 minutes slower than usual, but I think everybody was 5 minutes slower. Um, so I swam a 105. I usually swim closer to an hour, but it was like wasn't choppy, but it was just like big waves.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Okay.
I just jumped on some feet and followed most of the way.
What's your mindset in the swim of an Ironman? Is it do your own pace, stay relaxed? Are you thinking about the bike already? What are you doing in the swim?
No, I try to focus on like not losing draft, like a draft.
Uh-huh.
I just try to like stay on some feet,
Okay.
be smart about saving energy that way.
Okay. How about
Yeah.
your breathing? Are you a single side, bilateral?
Occasionally I'll do bilateral, but I mostly breathe on the left.
Hmm. Hmm. I was talking to Wendy Mader recently about sighting and about open water swimming strategies or techniques. And do you have a plan like I'm gonna sight every 4 strokes, every 6 strokes, every 2 strokes?
Um, no, it's pretty frequent though. I'd say at least every 5, sometimes fewer.
Hmm. If you can
So
stay on those feet though, you're just gonna let's stay down, stay.
you see bubbles too.
Yeah.
That like I don't if I'm following bubbles, I don't sight as much.
Okay. All right. Talk about the swim exit into transition. That's a big area to navigate. I know people are in the 4, 5, even 6 minute range in transition one.
I actually haven't even looked at what I did in transition. It was pretty quick though. I wanted to put on that Castelli stealth top that we got, and that was well, it wasn't too tricky because I just decided like I would, because we have all the helpers like usual in the tent. So I just asked her, I was like, "Can you hold this up?" And since I was wet, I just punched my arms through, and that worked out pretty well. And I was in and out of there pretty quick. All I had to do was just put food in my pockets and go.
Okay. How crowded was it on the start of the bike since they had the breakup of the swim start?
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Just the usual kind of bunching. Because I remember in 2013 it was just packs.
Right.
So it was fairly loose.
Anything memorable on the bike ride that stands out to you?
Oh, no, it was just windy.
Mm-hmm.
It poured on us going up to Javi, and it was like headwind, so that was fun. No, I just wanted to get home. I like to run.
Tell me about the your top speeds coming back, because when I was watching some of the coverage, they were saying some of the lead pros were hitting 50 plus miles per hour, if not faster.
Oh, that would have been nice. No, I got headwind on the way back.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So we would like, and it was kind of like hit and miss. It wasn't the whole way back because I would be going about 20 for a while, and then all of a sudden it was just like super slow for a while, and then yeah.
Did your race nutrition and hydration go to plan on the bike?
I forgot to grab my salt in my transition bag, but it seemed to work out okay. I felt like I was still pretty with it when I came into T2, and I ate everything I had.
Okay, perfect then.
Yeah. And towards the end, I actually wanted more. And they had Coke on the bike, so I grabbed a few bottles of Coke.
Okay. All right, talk me through the run then. This is your thing, huh? You're the runner.
Yeah, it started off good the first like 8 miles. And I was cruising 7:30s, which was pretty cool. And then I had a bit of a meltdown on Polani, and Lisa showed up and talked me through it. And then my coach showed up on the Queen K on a cruiser bike, and so he kind of yelled at me if I started walking. And I threw up in the energy lab, so that was fun.
Okay, well, leave it there. Leave it in the energy lab. Don't bring it with you.
Actually, well, it was like dry heaving. It was awful.
Oh, just another wonderful experience on the Big Island then.
Yeah. And then when I got out, I just wanted to get finished, so I had a pretty good last 10K.
When you begin your run, are you trying to stay within I've heard this, even Rogers talked about it, try to stay within 20 seconds of what you hope to average throughout the race? So if you're going 7:30s, you want to stay within 8-minute mile pace overall on average?
Yeah, well, I knew 7:30s was actually, like, feasible for me, so I didn't worry when I got it, but I don't actually, like, or when I had those splits, but I don't actually, like, stress the time on my watch like I would maybe, like, an open marathon. I just try to get comfortable and find a rhythm, and it just got really humid on Ali'i, and I think that just caught up to me a little bit.
How does this compare to previous Ironman World Championship races? What number is this for you?
2.
This is 2. Okay. So that race that you had all the big scratches and stuff, was that a Kona race?
No, that was Cozumel 2011.
Okay. Now I like to talk about mindset, because this is the race that it's a big participation race compared to trying to qualify for this event. Yeah. So coming into this race, I'm sure you want to accomplish your best, but what is your overall goal and scheme? Are you saying, okay, this is what I'm shooting for this on my swim, shooting for this on my bike, but are you going for an age group slot, a top whatever?
I think I kind of wanted like top 15 at least.
Mm-hmm. And
everybody's
what was
so close to top 15.
What did you get?
Like 28. Well, I was 12th out of the swim, and then I dropped to like 52nd, and then I ran back to 28.
Okay.
But everybody's here, like in Worlds, they're like always so close. So even like 10 more minutes probably could have gotten me well under 20th place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So everybody's just so close. So.
What about the support on the race course? Who'd you see, and whether it was the other athletes? Because I saw some great pictures of you next to other Timex athletes.
Yeah, I found Ellen at like mile 2, so we ran together for a bit. I remember passing mile 2 marker with her, and she goes, "Oh, look, we're almost done."
No, you don't just add a 6 to it. You have to actually go 24 more of those.
Well, we're closer than we've ever been before, so.
True that. Yeah. And the
And
experience coming down Ali'i.
oh, I mean, that's always, there were like four of us, four girls, and so, but we didn't have ages on our legs, so I was trying to pass girls, but at the same time, I knew I wasn't like in the mix for a podium spot or anything, so I kind of, well, I didn't like, I wasn't that person that sprinted in the finish chute, basically. I told myself, whatever, wherever I was when I got to the carpet, I was just going to kind of enjoy that little bit.
Hold your spot, hold your distance between.
Yeah. And then the volunteers, one of the first things Mike Ween was in the finish area too, so that was nice. We got to see him. And then they shuffled us off, and the first thing they asked me was like, what do you need, water? Want any more gels? And I, just the thought of gels, I almost threw up.
Right.
No.
Any memorable conversations or meetings with other athletes on the course that stand out to you?
There was a German girl I talked to afterwards because after Ali'i, I was like walking most of the aid stations, and so she would, or I would pass her, and then I'd walk an aid station or something, and she would go back. It was like yo-yo the whole time. I probably passed her like 8 times, and towards the end in the energy lab, she was just like, "You're ridiculous." So we chatted after. She thought it was just funny how I was going back and forth so many times.
And how did you celebrate by staying up till midnight? What do you do post Kona? Post your finish.
I ate a lot of food.
Yeah.
And I think that made yesterday a bit easier on me. I only felt like I got run over like by a minivan instead of a semi-truck. So Felicity came and found me at the finishers area, and then we walked back and just went to dinner basically, and then back. We were back here by like 11, so we didn't stay all the way till midnight.
Okay. And what time did you wake up in the morning the day after?
6 a.m.
And how did you celebrate? I saw some pictures of some cliff jumping.
Yeah, we went cliff jumping yesterday. So that was fun. Mike Orton from Blue 70 showed up out there. There's always just a bunch of people. Mm-hmm.
And how's the body feeling? Is there any sore spots? What part of the body usually hurts the most after an Ironman for you?
This one actually, my Achilles are really sore. Actually, I ran in like racing flats, so I kind of knew.
Oh my. Well, I guess what was your time? What was your running time?
3:40.
Okay.
Yeah, not bad considering how much I walked, but.
Yeah. And so what's next for you in the next couple of weeks besides recovery?
I haven't even thought past.
Okay.
I haven't opened my Training Peaks since Friday.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know.
Are you done for the season?
Yeah. I'll go home, get back to work, and then when I feel like thinking about racing again in a few weeks, I'll figure it out.
How would you grade your 2015 season on a scale of, grades of F to A and plus and minus?
Well, I took the bar exam in February, so that only gave me 8 weeks to like get ready for Ironman Texas. So I didn't even think like Kona was like on the radar this year. Mm-hmm. So I guess I have to give it an A because I didn't expect to be here. Lake Stevens went really well for me.
Well, yeah, you were 1 or 2, weren't you?
I was like second across the line, but 5th. It ended up being 5th because like when 30 to 34 was the first wave and there was no pro field, so there were like 3 behind me that we were all within a minute, but I got 5th. It was kind of fun running like with a bike escort.
Yeah. Is that your best finish ever as a triathlete?
When I was like 24, I got on the podium at 70.3 Worlds in Clearwater.
Okay.
There was that. I don't know. Okay. I felt like Lake Stevens was a bit of a breakthrough in like getting out of my comfort zone more than usual, especially on that run.
So how many races did you end up doing this year and distances?
I did Texas. I did Seafair Olympic in Seattle. And Lake Stevens. Those were just kind of training days. And then I guess this. I did a lot of bike racing this summer too. So that was kind of fun. I never thought I'd say I liked crits. I don't like them, but I kept wanting to figure it out. It's like a different challenge that
That's good to change it up every once in a while.
it taught me a different pain tolerance on the bike.
Well, thank you for giving me your race recap. Congratulations. Second time in Kona. Do you want to, obviously you want to go back. Is that right?
I mean, yeah, on Saturday I was like, this island is never nice. Why does everybody want to keep coming back? But I would come back. You can't say no, because like when I got the spot in Texas, like originally I was just planning on doing like a fall marathon, but if a Kona spot happens, you can't. And I was telling somebody this about talking about the same thing the other day. Like, if it happens, you just can't turn it down. So.
Because you don't know when the next one's going to happen, right?
No, if or when it might happen again.
Yeah.
So, I'd do it again.
All right, Sam. Thanks very much for sharing your Kona experience.
Thank you.